Hi YouTube, and this is JTrain997, and I'm back this time with my review of the Marvel Universe Juggernaut. Now everybody knows me and the Marvel Universe figures don't usually get along, but saw this guy online, and besides the fact that I had a lot of requests to do this guy, he just looks pretty awesome. I mean, he's obviously a very massive figure, and he just looks great in packaging. Of course, his only real accessory is his base and his secret files, and I believe his helmet is removable. It looks to be, at the very least. Of course, get a good look at his packaging here, onto the back of the box. Of course, you see the other characters in the wave, which were Archangel, Colossus, and Kitty Pryde. Down here, a picture of Osborn. This has become an agent of Hammer at FuryFiles.com. And Juggernaut's little read-up says, before unwittingly encountering the mystical crimson gem of... Guys, I know I'm going to mispronounce this name, so don't jump down my throat about it, but I think it's Cyttorak, C-Y-T-T-O-R-A-K. Cain Marko was a normal man, but he was a man consumed by jealousy of his half-brother Charles Xavier. Cyttorak, once again, not sure, seized on that jealousy, turning Marko into a being of untold power, an unstoppable force of destruction that would plague Xavier and the world for decades to come. So, of course, a very big X-Men nemesis here. Of course, he shows up in other things besides X-Men, of course. Everyone knows who Juggernaut is. But that being said, I'm actually really excited to have this guy. Let's pull this bad boy out of the packaging. And here we have Juggernaut out of the packaging. You'll notice that he's kind of this strange little pose. While you can get both his feet on the pegs, as you can see here, they don't really look great. They just seem like he's too scrunched up, so I prefer to keep one off the peg. Just looks a little bit better to me. But that being said, one other thing is his head is actually, his helmet is non-removable. As you can see, you just pop that off right here. It's kind of a, they got the front half of a face sculpt kind of pegged in to make it look like it, so I suppose, yeah, also there is a face behind it, but it's just the very bare essentials. I don't see why they did all that. Why they wouldn't just give us a removable helmet for Juggernaut. But oh well, let's pop this back on real quick. There we go. Easy enough. And let's go on to detail. A fantastic, even with a non-removable helmet, you can definitely tell that his, there's a very nice level of work on his face behind his mask, which is really what gets me. Why didn't they just give him a head sculpt? A full, head with removable helmet. You can see the rivets, all the notches in his armor. Just an all-around great figure. Now panning back out. Of course, let's get him off his base. Standard Marvel Universe base says Juggernaut number 14. Juggernaut's articulation is actually pretty solid. I usually have a problem with Marvel Universe figures that when I pull them out of the packaging, they're usually loose right off the bat. I've got to say I don't have that problem with Juggernaut. Let's see. Of course, his head is a full 360, or I guess I'll say helmet. Arms go out to here, do a full 360 as well. Spin. Have an elbow joint, but you've got to watch this little piece right here. It will come up and you have to move it. Of course, spins at the wrist. Of course, main torso goes back and side to side and a very slight up and down. Legs go out and forward and back. Spin. Double jointed at the knee, which does usually on bigger figures that doesn't work so well, but definitely works fine here. Of course, turns at the boot and ankle joint. Of course, same for both arms, both legs, the whole 9 yards. So a really awesome looking figure here. Once again, I have not been Marvel Universe's biggest fan, but when I see a great figure, I admit it, and this is a great figure. Let's actually get a size comparison here. I'm just going to randomly grab a Marvel Universe off the shelf. Extremis Iron Man. Easiest one to reach. And you can see, even with Extremis Iron Man having the base, and, Juggernaut's kind of at this half stance pose, just dwarfed by Juggernaut. Small line, but figures like this really make you appreciate it. Of course, back onto Juggernaut. So yeah, this guy is actually not that expensive even online. I got him off BigBadToyStore.com where he only ran me $10. You can get him off eBay for about the same. So let's peg this guy back in. Once again, I just think it looks a lot better to leave one side off the base. One side off the pegs. But that being said, let's actually go into his secret files. And here, let's go into the secret files, which once again, I cannot get these out without ripping the package. Never, ever, ever. Not like I'm keeping the package itself anyway, so of course. Of course, you've got a picture of Juggernaut here. On the back, of course, it says real name Kane Marco, code name Juggernaut, hair red, eyes blue, height 9'5", blah blah blah, weight 1900 pounds. Powers, class 100 strength level, is seemingly indestructible, unstoppable being. Expert hand-to-hand combatant. Once he begins to walk in a given direction, no obstacle or force on Earth is able to stop him. So, definitely very powerful. Of course, a lot of people don't know that Juggernaut is not a mutant, of course. He gets all his power from the crystal. That's what his helmet... That's why I was kind of disappointed in the helmet not being removable, because the helmet coming on and off is, would have allowed you to set up a great little X-Men fight scene, because that's how the X-Men beat him a lot of times, was the helmet protects him from mental attacks, so they'd pry the helmet off, then they'd, attack him psychically. Of course, your little hammer quote, it says, Norman, this note arrived today. You need to seriously look into this, Victoria. And the little clip says, back off, Osborn. I told you I wasn't interested, and I meant it. I'm staying out of your frizzy hair as a professional courtesy, but if you push me, I'll push back, and you do not want that. I don't care what you do with my stupid stepbrother, just as long as you leave me out of it. I got my own things going on, and none of them involve Xavier or the X-Men. I won't bug your people as long as they don't bug me, and I ain't gonna stop you from doing whatever you want. But I also ain't gonna be your monkey boy. You got your pansy god of war and that long-haired freak for muscle, so leave me the heck alone. You get in my way, and I'll just run you down, 'cause remember, nothing stops the Juggernaut. Signed, Kane Marco. Great spelling for Juggernaut there. 'Cause. What the hell. Well, anyways, you get that. You, of course, get this. You get this. I still don't know if they fixed this or not. I've been told that, originally you go online, you get a little extra one of these, little read-ups on the character. And, I haven't checked back in a while, but when I did my Bucky review, I saw that that was down, and so these are pointless, and honestly, I could live without getting an extra little glimpse of the character. So overall, there's a lot going on with Juggernaut right now. Of course, we have the previously released great figure, the Marvel Legends Juggernaut. We've got a Marvel Select Juggernaut coming out in, God knows when, because Marvel Select's shipping dates can't be trusted. But, it's coming out sometime, probably late this year or early next year. So, Juggernaut's getting a lot of love in figure form right now, and this is definitely a great figure. Marvel Universes are running you about $7.50 at most Walmarts, or online. Once again, this guy's only running you about $10. And the only real problem I have with this guy is that his helmet, I wish there had been a head behind the helmet. Other than that, I love the figure, and this is JTrain997 saying I'll see you soon, YouTube.